Yeah, unless you are living under a rock, you probably heard yesterday that Biden officially dropped out of the 2024 race, and he endorsed Kamala Harris for the nomination. And of course, predictably, celebrities of all kinds rushed to her support to voice their endorsements for her. First off, I wanted to mention that the former Biden-Harris HQ account rebranded instantly to a Kamala HQ account with the bio that just reads, providing context. And they changed their header on X to, it's just a blank green screen with Arial text that says Kamala HQ on it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, wow, this is really bad graphic design. Didn't they put any thought into this?
But the point is that there was actually a point behind it.
The point, which is a really stupid point, is that they're trying to win over pop star stan Twitter right now with this move.
That's as like minuscule of a group as you can get, right?
I said this morning. I was like, do they think they're going to win with just the gay stan Twitter vote? Or there are like 12 of them, but okay. That was what they chose to do. And the reference is to the recent album Brat from Charli XCX. It has the same album cover. What she did with the rollout is she changed all of her album covers so that they were just blank with the name on it in very plain text. And that's what they did. They copied it to get Charli XCX stans to vote for Kamala. I'm kind of lost as to how this is relevant.
It's kind of unnecessary because given that she's a Democrat and she's not filing for like AARP, she's going to win the youth vote anyways from them, like from the left.
I guess. I mean, she's voiced so much support for Israel that I think a lot of the watermelons wouldn't like that. But who am I to say at this point?
I don't think that matters. I think that I don't know how many of them are going to use that as an impetus to not vote for her if the opposite choice is Donald Trump. I think that the watermelons dislike him even more.
Quite possibly. Alex Clark weighed in on this because a lot of conservatives did not understand the reference that Kamala HQ was making. Once again, I'm begging conservatives to run any and all pop culture things by me during this election season, because now we have people who don't know what a Brat summer is, making fun of Kamala for graphic design fails, having no idea this is a massive Gen Z appeal strategy. I'm so tired, LOL. It is not a massive Gen Z appeal strategy, I would say. It's just a stan Twitter appeal strategy that makes no sense. I think that the fact that I understood the reference immediately is embarrassing for me. The fact that other people didn't understand the reference is also embarrassing. The whole thing is just embarrassing, but...
So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yes, you're damned if you understand the reference, you're damned if you don't. But Charli XCX also tweeted out, Kamala is Brat. So that's
American,
her official endorsement, even though she's British, so she should just stay out of it. And you sent me a whole list of people that have spoken out so far. Demi Lovato posted on Instagram twice on Sunday to show her support for Kamala Harris. In one post, she reshared Biden's statement alongside a photo of her with Kamala Harris. I have no idea why they met. She added a donation link to the Democrats.
I know why they met, because the Dems love to support celebrities because it's good for building their voter base.
It just happens so often that I don't even take note of it anymore.
It's so funny because that was like the first time I think I ever had like a truly political thought in adulthood. Was like I remember Obama being on like Letterman again, and I was just like, isn't he busy? Yeah. Like that was like,
doesn't this guy have other things to do?
Like it was not mired by anything left or right. I don't think I even really cared at the time. I'm just like, it seems like he's got better things to do.
Yeah.
Like,
shouldn't you be drone striking children right now?
I mean, that wasn't my thought at the time,
no,
but like that would be my thought now. Yeah. Like, it's like, aren't you busy?
Don't you have children to drone strike right now? That was a joke, YouTube. Jamie Lee Curtis also posted on Instagram, I support wholeheartedly Biden and his decision to step down and endorse Kamala Harris. She is trusted and tested. That was in all caps. She is a fierce advocate for women's rights and POC, and her message is one of hope and unity for America at her time of great national divide.
What's her big saying? What is
Oh, what is unburdened by what has been? Or no, what could be unburdened by what has been. Kamala has a lot of these moments that are just really bizarre out of context.
Yeah.
Like, she's funny without trying to be. I just this morning saw a video of her telling someone how they should prepare a turkey. Like, she was like, you just like get like ground pepper and salt, and you just like lather that baby up, and then you take butter and you cut up some thyme, and then you put that under the skin so the butter just melts. It just is a very in-depth explanation of how you're supposed to prepare a turkey for Thanksgiving.
There's a 20 there.
This one is from President-elect Pressure. I'm missing my Clanker meeting to tell you your Pocahontas tales are the cute of the day.
Oh, you're
Oh, is this what those are called?
The pigtails. Yeah.
I've never heard that before. Okay. Thanks. John Legend also posted on
When he says Clanker
Threads.
meeting, is that like is he referring to Styx Hexenhammer? I'm assuming he's referring to Styx Hexenhammer.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay.
John Legend posted on Threads because he doesn't use Twitter.
I do.
So no one saw his post.
I do love the amount of people that are just so like that use Threads, knowing that it reaches about a quarter of the people that they would otherwise.
Literally no one. He said, Joe Biden has presided over the most consequential first term of real progress in my lifetime. He helped us have the most
that's
robust.
kind of throwing shade at Obama, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah.
So much of what they say, it's like I would love.
They're just kind of making it up.
No, it's what I'm saying. It's always this verbose language. It's like a scene right out of The Acolyte where Kamir says something really, really stupid that has nothing to do. What was Kamir's big thing that was taken from Jordan Peterson?
Even in the depths of our despair, or no, what was it?
Yeah, whatever.
In our triumph, we see the depth of our despair.
That's the point, right? Is they use a lot of deep verbose language that doesn't actually have any meaning behind it at all, because nobody thinks about it any deeper than the words themselves. They don't actually ask questions like, okay, so it was a super successful first term. What about it was successful? I'm actually willing to hear, like, what is the...
Well, he listed some things.
Okay, let's go through it.
He listed the most robust recovery from the pandemic of any nation in the world. I guess counting out Switzerland, which didn't lock down.
Yeah.
Invested in our infrastructure and made by far the largest investment in fighting climate change our nation has ever seen. Forgiving college debts.
Not forgiving college debts. Getting other American citizens to pay for college debts.
He says unemployment, inflation, and crime are all down dramatically from the highs caused by the pandemic.
From the highs caused by the money printing that you did.
And with this record, he more than earned a re-election, but time and age come for us all. Okay. To pretend that this was a decision he made out of humility, rather than, first of all, not even having the wherewithal to be in control of his decisions, and just pure spite and arrogance and pride.
It's all fake. None of it's real. The second he got COVID, which I don't believe for a second, it's all, everything that goes on in American politics is fake.
Oh gosh, Kathy Griffin posted a tweet. Let's make history, finally.
Wait, isn't it herstory?
Yes, it's herstory.
Thank you.
Maybe Kamala is going to recycle the I'm with her slogan.
Look, one of the problems I have with celebrity endorsements on both sides is that it's not really, really relevant, because for the average celebrity, the concerns they have about the U.S. are vastly different than the concerns of you, I, or anybody else who's working a regular job, right? Their money, their wealth, their status, it means that different things matter to them. That's okay, but it's not their endorsements that should actually matter. But it speaks to the intelligence of the average person that they do look for, and this goes for both sides, right? Like, I give Cardi B's opinion of who should be president as much thought as I give Kid Rock's idea of who should be president.
It's interesting that Cardi B is on this list because she openly said that she regretted endorsing Biden in 2020 and that she swore she would never endorse another presidential candidate again. Yet she has now endorsed Kamala. She said, this should have been the perfect time to give it to Kamala. It's just a little selfish for the whole Democrat Party to not give her this moment because she might not ever get this moment again. I'm telling you, they robbed you of your moment. You should have been there debating Trump. And she reshared Biden's letter saying,
She's good at
let's
debate.
go. I told y'all Kamala was supposed to be the 2024 candidate. So now she's openly endorsing a candidate after I don't even think a year ago she said she was never endorsing again.
You cannot. They've subverted their own electoral process by doing this, by Biden winning the primaries and then just dumping him out of there with a freaking Notes app apology on
A Notes app
Twitter.
apology.
By the way, I take issue. My biggest complaint here is the idea that Newsweek. The idea that Newsweek considers Gavin Newsom, AOC, Pete Buttigieg, and Cheryl Lee Ralph celebrities.
Yeah, we're slashing them off the list.
They don't count as celebrities.
Ariana Grande also endorsed Kamala and
Correct.
posted the donation link. Robert De Niro, Mark Hamill, George Takei, all of the usual suspects for these things.
I do want to point out, guys, that this does also have a lot to do with money and funding because celebrity donors, it's relevant. So Hollywood donors are excited and motivated to write checks to Kamala after Biden exits the race. And they go into detail here about all of the ways in which now that Biden is out, those big ticket donors are going to be willing to put their money back in.
Do you have the reaction of Sharon Stone saying that she's going to move to Europe?
There's a 20 there from Ben Tomsky.
Ben Tomsky said, but Brat, didn't you love Hulk Hogan at the RNC?
Yes, as a bit of Americana, not because it's going to affect who I'm going to vote for president. Nor would it ever. For instance, if Hulk Hogan was to come out, like I made the joke, I said Hulk Hogan should come out as Hollywood Hulk Hogan at the DNC and turn on the right. And it would be hilarious if he came out with the NWO belt.
Unmatched.
Look, I would love that. And that would be hilarious too. That would also be a shout out to Americana. But neither of those is going to influence who I'm going to vote for.
Yeah, same. I can't think of a single celebrity that would convince me otherwise.
And yes, we do have do have Sharon Stone.
I know so many celebrities have promised to leave the US if Trump gets elected. It didn't happen the first time, but maybe, just maybe, we can hope they're serious this time around.
Let's listen to what Sharon Stone has to say. She's done scaring me with that photo she posted
This
the
is
other
her
day.
second strike.
Well, I'm certainly considering a house here.
Okay.
And I think that's an intelligent construct at this time.
Sure, and I mean, I can't recommend it enough.
Yes.
But is it in any way politically motivated, or is it just?
Well, naturally. When we see presidential candidates whose platform is hate, that's something that I don't feel our country has faced before. We've faced political candidates whose platform was ignorance. But I don't think we've seen political candidates whose outright platform was hatred.
We had presidential candidates who openly supported slavery. And Trump wasn't one of them.
It's
Just
also
going to throw that out there.
It's funny because they always talk about moving to Europe, and Europe has their own abortion. I was thinking because for the female celebrities, a lot of it has to do with reproductive rights. That seems to be what they term reproductive rights, and that's a talking point a lot of the time for them. But the Europe has a lot of very, very similar. 12
a lot
to
of Europe has very
12
restrictive
to
abortion
14
policies.
weeks, is very, very common there. So I think a lot of it is just it's ignorance on their, oddly enough and ironically enough, ignorance on their own part, and
Is it
thinking
just
sounds good.
Flexing their wealth that I can move wherever I want. Is that what it is? Because that's extremely elitist for people who are open communists. But anyway, I wanted to show one of these TikTokers reacting to Biden stepping down. Do you have this post?
Which one from ST?
It's
oh
from,
no, it's the guy.
Alex Rosen
Yeah,
posted it.
Here we go, guys. This is great.
Someone having a full mental break.
You're gonna love this.
He dropped out!
Music's gonna get us copyrighted.
He dropped out!
I really hope this is fake.
Don't worry, Cardi B said that Kamala's way to go.
Joe Biden, please!
But his nails are painted, so I know it's real.
Jinsey, we need to band together. Please.
No thanks,
He was
bro.
Jinsey's first president.
Wow, the tripod bent. You see that?
It's barely holding on for dear life.
At least take your seatbelt off while doing this. Okay.
Got a 20 from Kevin. Her last time I checked, Sharon was from South Africa. Is Sharon Stone
Yes.
South African?
Yep.
Oh, well, go back there. That's
can do that.
fine. You can do whatever you want.
That was painful. You know what
Yeah.
it is? It speaks more to, I think somebody should do a study on like the car has become this amazing place of like expression and freedom for people because it's
Yeah.
soundproof and it gives people the ability
You should
to
write a think piece about this.
it's really, really interesting and I think it's born out of in the same way that the average person who, you know how there's the trope that's like the perfectly kind person becomes an absolute maniac when they're driving with road rage, like a perfectly reasonable person who would never be who's conflict averse suddenly becomes a psychopath when they're driving. And that's because of the security and the anonymity that the car provides, right?
Yeah.
So somehow that is now trickled down into social media posts and stuff like that.
Where you can be all alone, away from your roommates and your family.
And post your ridiculous... See, I mean, I thought...
Post your mental breakdowns.
like having a Mentee bee in your car is perfectly acceptable. I thought this guy...
all the kids are doing it. All the kids are having Mentee bees in their cars.
I was told that, like... You know, age wasn't a problem until just now. Now they're talking about how much younger she is. So I thought he would be on board with the...
How old is she?
I think she's 59
Okay.
or something like that. Something like that. Don't quote me on that. I'm sure somebody's fact checking me right now and telling us wrong. She's in her late 50s or something like that.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.